And ABC legal contributor Brian Buckmire joins me now to break the verdict down a little bit more. So, Brian, civil suits in California don't require a unanimous verdict, but this jury was all in agreement. Why do you think they came to this verdict so quickly?
So first, Diane, you're correct. In civil court in California, they do not need to be unanimous to have a valid verdict. They just need to have 75% or three-quarters of the jurors to have the same mindset. But here, I think they were unanimous for a number of reasons. One, Cardi B and her attorneys had the only eyewitnesses as to what actually happened during that event, and they all said that Cardi B neither spat nor struck the plaintiff in this case. And also some of the forensics. We heard about the actual scar or lack thereof, depending on how you view that picture, and how it could only have occurred based on three swipes from an individual who was right-handed, or more likely could have occurred in that situation. But we learned, at least in this trial, that Cardi B is left-handed, and so it made it very difficult for, I think, the jurors to believe that she committed this act, even if it did occur.
The plaintiff has already said they plan to appeal. What do you think her chances are?
I think it'd be very difficult. This case was televised. We saw a lot of the judges' rulings. They have about 60 days to appeal, and oftentimes when you appeal, you're saying there's some sort of error in the law, either that the judge misapplied the law and allowing some information to come in, or other bits of information to not come in, or that they made an improper ruling about how objections or sustains or overruled, or how they may have been evolved throughout the trial. I don't see a lot of glaring issues here, but I wasn't there for the pretrial part of this case, so maybe there's something there, but I don't see much at first glance.
Outside the courthouse, Cardi B said she would countersue the next time someone hits her with what she calls a frivolous lawsuit. How does that process of countersuing work, and why don't we see it more often?
Yeah, so I think it's somewhat strategic. It depends on what you're countersuing for. It could be a countersuit for defamation, because, an example, an individual sues Cardi B, saying that they were struck by Cardi B. Cardi B can come back and say this is defamation because it never occurred. It depends on what counterclaim you have in terms of how that operates. But I think this is a warning, because we've seen in the past, whether it be celebrities suing celebrities or non-celebrities suing celebrities. Oftentimes, I think people think, you know what, they'll just settle. And I think this is what Cardi B alluded to, because they don't want their name dragged throughout the mud. They don't want the bad press, because it would be more harmful to them than the celebrity. But this is Cardi B saying that she'll fire back, that she will countersue. And individuals like this have large amounts of resources to do so. And I think it might scare some people off from frivolous lawsuits, or what she believes to be frivolous lawsuits.
All right, Brian Buckmire, thank you.